Today I have another thing I'd like to show you. This is actually, it's been unboxed clearly. What you're looking at is just part of what I just bought, but basically I went online and I found this costume I really wanted. Not really a costume, well, sure, I guess we could call it the costume or body of an animatronic. Basically, it's just a body. So here, look. I found it and I thought it was super cool. I'm unfolding it. Give me a sec. And yes, this is Tekky Toys. If you can't really tell, this is how a lot of them are. But Guardian of the Grave. How awesome is that? Yeah, he was sold back from like 2010s, I believe. I'm not too sure, but he is awesome. And yeah, I basically just bought a body. It doesn't really do anything. So yeah, there's no animatronics. There's nothing. So what to do with it? Well, I'm gonna show you why I bought this thing. So the main reason why I bought this thing is because I want to recycle it, make something new. So, if you know my channel, I love bump and goes, especially floating monsters. Yeah, I do have the witch chilling right here, the new one from 2026, you know, the newest witch. I want to turn this guy into a bump and go, a floating monster. And apparently, well, he does exist already as a floating monster, as a Grim Reaper. Shout out to the guy who made the video on it, but he is a super rare floating Grim Reaper with this Guardian of the Grave face. So yeah, I decided I want to make my own. As soon as I saw this guy, it just popped in my head, maybe I can do it. Yeah, he was originally a fogging prop when he was Guardian of the Grave. You could tell that was cut, but he does have his original wiring for his lights. Let's see, that's just the green. Yep, it has been cut as well, fortunately, and it needs an extension. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to attach a battery box. I have a few, so I'm going to use one of them. And hopefully I can connect these to the battery box and probably hide it somewhere here. I could just tape it on with the rubber band, just like wrap it around. Just put the battery box in the shoulder base, so it works pretty well, I think. And then he has a twist to lock, so I can attach some poles here to make him stand. It's funny, I also have to show you a couple things too. So he has this great creepy cloth, but usually that goes to the front of his face and maybe some of it on the back, but it's literally just attached to this cheap costume like nylon material fabric, I don't know. And then his head's pretty flat, so I might have to attach like a foam head in there or something to make it look better. And I might use that vacuum that I have there, Roomba, to make him a fully remote controlled one. And he would just be similar to the ghost I recently made with the crazy face. So I'll be back when I decide what I'm going to be doing. Okay, excuse the mess around me, but this is basically what I ended up doing. So yes, he is now full 5 feet. Sorry about the mess again. Yeah. He doesn't have any hands or arms. It's just cloth draping down. So right now it doesn't look, you know, like anything much. Just a standing figure. But I am going to give him arms and hands, so these are the hands I'm going to use for him. Doesn't match, but you know, it's whatever. Guardian of the Grave's hands didn't even match him as well. So like, because they were also white, his face more like grayish green. So yeah, I ended up using these making these, what do you call, wire arms. So I'm gonna stick them through into this frame right here. And yes, so then you have a little arm sticking out on both. Yeah, this is actually my costume as well. It's one of my costumes from back then. There's a hat in there. I don't know if you can see that very well. Just to give him a head shape, because he had nothing in there. It was just a mask. So yeah, that's what I ended up doing right now. Alright, this is the kind of look we're getting at right now. You can see I attached the hands. Basically, you can see there I poked a little wire that I just bended at the shoulder and made a little arm. And yeah, they don't look the best, but you know, it'll do. Yeah, and then I'm just gonna fix this bottom, cut it up a little so it could be flush with the base at the bottom. So yeah, I'm gonna do that right now, and then we'll work on the lights. Okay, this is kind of an awkward spot to do this. He's standing on top of my pool table. Hello. But yeah, basically I'm going to be cutting this up just so it could fit the base better. Because yeah, this could definitely get caught up in the wheels, and we don't want that, you know. Okay, well then it looks like I'm actually going to make like a wire end instead, so that it could kind of give it more shape, because it's kind of skinny if you look at it, you know. So give it more shape over here. So I'm gonna do that. It's so funny, he's so tall. But yeah, let's do that. I'm gonna make a wire, and then I'm going to fold these in and basically make a little round thing for it. So here I am, just made a large circle, and I'm currently just putting this together by using staples. I don't know, they're not too noticeable, so use staples for now. Okay, it's honestly not looking too bad. I did the best I could. Obviously, it's not the best, you know, but small little details, right? Well, small spots where I messed up on, but yeah, it's not too bad at all. I just needed to work with the base, you know, so I had to cut it up so none of it gets tucked under there and ruin the wheels, you know? So, yeah, there he is. Now let's work on the head. Okay, he's back down. Now I'm gonna pull the hood. Yeah, I'm literally just using a hat, my skillet hat, to make this work. Yeah, basically that's how his head actually came. What the hell, you know? But yeah, he does have wires for his lights, and this thing's already been coming off. See, and then he has like the fog tube still. So I'm gonna grab these two right here and try to connect them to my battery box to see what's negative, what's positive, because I can't really tell at all. So I'll be right back when I get the battery box. All right, I got the battery box, battery pack. We're gonna see if there's any reflection on the wall from the eyes, and I'm just gonna test it with these to see what happens. And it's on already, so let's see. Let me just organize this real quick. Nothing yet, huh? I will see. One sec. See that? It's kind of blinking. Yep. But yeah, it's literally black and green and red and blue. Yeah, so yeah, my bad if you didn't really see that too well, but I'm gonna connect these. In case you guys are wondering how I do this, the easiest way I do is I grab like a little piece of electrical tape. I just slam one side on that and leave it like that, one wire. And then I literally just put the other one like right on top of it, like right next to it, and just roll it up into a little cone circle thing. You'll see. One sec. So once you're sure they have contact with each other, you literally just roll it up just like this. And that's what I do. Alright, and here's how it looks like finished. I'm just gonna tuck everything in and then put this back on. But now obviously I can't use the hat because I need to go in this switch, so we'll see what I can do. Alright, this is how he looks like right now. He looks like an official Tekky Toys floating monster. Hell yeah. And if you guys are wondering how he's standing up, he's literally just using my witch's base at the moment. Yeah, I'm actually, I have a base specifically for him. It's still on its way. I just purchased a witch's broomstick from it's a Spirit Halloween Tekky Toys broomstick. I'm gonna use the wooden poles to make them stand up, and then the black base that it comes with. So this is just to test it right now. My witch's base. Obviously, it's gonna be hers still. This is just for the test. So yeah, I'm just waiting, just using this until I get the other base for him. Okay, sorry if it's a bit dark, but I also just bring him to the living room, and I want to show you this. I added these Velcro strips that I have, one that's on the hood, and one that's on the head, so he can make a, so his hood won't fall off. And then we could just bring out his hood like that, make it look a little more better. I think that's just what I'm gonna do for now, until I figure something out to put in there, because I also need access to lights. So. And then when I get his other base, I'm going to, because he's on my witch's base right now, remember? So I'm going to attach some Velcros around the base just so it can make it look better. Because here, this looks kind of funky. This side's kind of like bending inwards, because the wire's not connected. It's just a giant C. So, it's going to be like that. So it looks kind of funky, but I'm going to fix that using Velcro strips. But let's turn them on. Let's test him for the first time. He is really bright, I gotta say. He's literally reflecting my shirt. So yeah, here, let's turn him on. Obviously not with the witch sounds. Doesn't match. So he's just gonna go on silent for now. And I think I'm gonna prefer him to be silent. So even when the new bass comes in, he's gonna be silent. I'm gonna take out the sound. And I could just put a soundtrack in if I want to, so that's that. See, look how bright that shit is, bro. That's insane. But so far, looking pretty good. What do you guys think? Hell yeah. My own floating reaper with an old with an old Guardian of the Grave costume. Or body, I don't know. I recreated him. How cool is that? And the hands were no problem either, so that's that too. Just gotta make this hood look a little better. I'll figure it out. But yeah, I bring a super rare prop to life. So happy with it. Let me know what you guys think. A floating Grim Reaper. Guardian Grim Reaper. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.